I was happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from StreetScores, and as you can see today, we're switching it up a little bit because today we're gonna live react to some of the pictures and, most importantly, video preview and renderings of an upcoming RFK stadium site design. Right now, this is like the old one and everything like that. You'll see it soon. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to, again, live react to the actual video of it. It's amazing. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be excited. And then also, there's some smoke around us potentially getting a jersey change or maybe even an additional fourth jersey. We're going to dive into all of that and more, but before we do, first of all, this video is sponsored by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, and make sure you still follow that like button, still follow the subscription button, and still follow the bell next to that subscription button so you get notification each and every time I release an informative and opinionated video just like this one. Make sure you stay tuned to all of the content. Really appreciate y'all for supporting every video, leaving likes and everything like that. I'm feeling the love, and of course, pulling up to all of these different videos. Like I said, I'm on a mission to do like 2-3 videos a day, so be on the lookout for maybe even another video later tonight. Also, make sure you pull up for the live streams because I'm still live streaming. Just because the Commander season over does not mean that I'm gonna stop live streaming. We're gonna even do some call-in shows throughout the off season as well, so make sure you pull up for all of that. Without further ado, let's go and dive into this video. Let's get it. Adam. All right, so as you can see, let's start with the pictures first. We're going to start with the pictures, and I think they're pretty nice too. Now, this is completely separate. The video that we're going to watch is completely separate, made by separate people than the pictures that you're seeing right now. Shouts out to @HogFarmerChris. Y'all all, everybody knows Chris Bryant, the Super Commanders fan. I saw him tweet this all the way back on December 21st. I was thinking about making a video about it back then, but I was like, I'll come back to it later. We're in the playoffs right now. I'm not going to worry about that, but now it's the off season, and then plus the video that came out that, again, is completely separate from this one. So just know that these pictures that you're looking at have nothing to do with the video that you're about to see. So again, he tweeted this, and I felt like since we're going to talk about the video, why not go ahead and include this as well? And I'm liking this, man. They're definitely trying to make it into some type of super family friendly, everybody can pull up type of thing, where you're not only just there for football, apparently you're there for other stuff. Now, this clearly looks like it's made and generated by some sort of AI, but this looks pretty nice. I mean, I don't really know where they would get the space exactly for this. I mean, even just to go back to that picture, I mean, you could try, but that's the problem with RFK. That's literally the only downside to doing it at the old RFK site that's already been approved for demolition and everything like that. Like, all of that seems to be in motion for us to potentially go there if Josh Harris wants to go there. And from what it seems like, Josh Harris and company, Mark Allen and all of those guys do seem like that's their priority. But the one downside to RFK is that it would be fairly limited in space compared to like where they could be in Maryland or potentially in Virginia. Either way, though, this picture that we're looking at right now, going back real quick, I mean, you could probably fit this design in there. And I also like the fact that they even made sure they emphasize team store. Like, this is where the team store is. You walk right in, you can get all of your merch and things like that. This is a really futuristic design. This is crazy, something I've never seen before. I like the courtyard. I mean, I'm pretty sure that statue will more than likely be maybe like Sean Taylor or a legend like Daryl Green, maybe even Joe Gibbs or something like that, especially like as an ode to the, RFK days of Joe Gibbs being our head coach for the 3 Super Bowls that we won at RFK. So I feel like Joe Gibbs will make the most sense, but maybe they will have several statues. But either way, again, it seems like they're trying to do whatever they can to make this family friendly, because like us as like super diehard football fans, I mean, at least me personally, me just speaking for myself, when I'm going to a stadium, I may buy some merch at the team store, but I'm there to watch a game. You know what I'm saying? And unless those prices for like the food and drinks and stuff like that are like how I have in Atlanta with the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I may not even necessarily buy stuff at the stadium. I'm literally there just to watch football and maybe get some merch like this. Everything outside of that, I'm not particularly interested in, me personally. So again, I just assume that this is probably to make it more family friendly. I like, of course that may not necessarily be like birds and stuff flying over, but just little random details to add in there to kind of increase the appeal to the aesthetic. But this is a pretty cool stadium. I like this second floor situation where they even have like a balcony out here, and maybe there's even some stores inside. This is pretty cool. And then this is what it looks like inside. You would have all of the score and sponsors over here and everything like that. Now, I would prefer some sort of like a jumbotron somewhere, maybe near the top, but it is what it is. And I'm not exactly sure what this is. Like, I mean, are you walking straight in from outside to right here? Like, well, this looks crazy, but I guess this is where the football players would be, but they're making it look like this is where people will be standing. I don't know. Either way, though, just, you know, I guess AI generation can't get everything right. Either way, though, I think this is pretty cool. Just the overall exterior. I mean, I don't think this is necessarily very feasible. I don't think this is something that, like, is very practical, but it's pretty cool to look at. I think if you really, really want to certify the fact that you want to host Super Bowls in your new stadium, you want as many like events and venues to take part in your stadium and all kinds of like different concerts and stuff like that, you're probably going to have to go get a dome, especially Super Bowl wise. DC is too cold to be out there playing outside. That's why these stadiums with domes are the ones getting the chances to host Super Bowls more times than not. Like, we're going to New Orleans this year, just in case. And if they're not somewhere in the South, they're more than likely going to be somewhere where there is a dome, like Detroit. They have a dome to where the elements, the outside cold, is not going to ruin everybody's experience out here paying thousands of dollars for tickets, and you got to sit in 20-degree weather. Nah, that's never going to happen. So if DC wants a Super Bowl, I'm just letting you know right now, you're gonna have to at least make this retractable. Like, maybe it's open when the weather's nice, you know, it looks like a nice sunny day, nice sunny evening right now in this picture, but you're gonna have to put some type of dome there. Now, for what most of y'all probably came for, I didn't want to spend too much time on this because I feel like some people will probably think I'm clickbaiting after a certain point, but I wanted to make sure I gave y'all like my full-blown thoughts, full detailed thoughts on those pictures. Now it's time to dive into this video. First of all, like, they already not playing. This has nothing to do with the stadium. This is purely just aesthetic to, I guess, get you into a certain mood of peace and excitement. Then they got the skyline of DC, the monument, and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, this is but here we go. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this looks like a spaceship or something. This is crazy from above right here. This looks domed. Now, it's not your typical circular dome, but it looks like it's covered. Oh, okay, here we go again. Interesting design right here. It looks like there's space to fit. Are these the roads going up to the stadium, maybe for parking, I guess? I don't know. This is pretty nice. At least they're keeping some type of green around, trees and all type of plants and stuff like that. We'll see. Maybe it'll keep the air a little clean over there down in DC. But a version of for the RFK site in Washington, DC, to bring all of the Washington teams back home. Oh, so it sounds like this is the goal, to maybe have not only the Commanders play here, but maybe the Wizards and maybe the Nationals. Like, is that the ultimate goal? I don't know. They said all Washington teams. Continuing on, I don't want to pause it too much for y'all, but I do want to take the time to observe everything. Hey, this is really nice, man. They even have housing. I'm assuming some of this may be like resorts and casinos and things like that. They're gonna have stores and all kinds of things around it. They are not playing. Then they made sure as the sun goes down, they light it all up so you can see that view as well. I like that. Okay, this looks like this is already built. This doesn't even look AI. This is crazy. And so there will be like a whole lawn for families to hang out in the front. They'll probably hold a bunch of events, you know, have Washington Commanders merch and all sorts of events out there with like celebrities, maybe, you know, the football players, the coaches and things like that. This is what it would look like on the inside. This is the most important part to me. What does it look like on the inside while I'm watching the game? I'm rocking with this. I kind of like it a little bit. I mean, I'm not any sort of like NFL stadium architect, so I can't dive into like deep detailed things, but I think this looks pretty cool. That's all I'm here to talk about. This is the view from inside the stadium towards the monument and all of that. Oh, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. Again, that has nothing to do with football, but that's hard. Then this would be like inside dining, and then this is like the exterior. They'll have trees inside. They ain't playing with y'all, man. They trying to build the best stadium of all time, man. And then right outside, it's like a whole, I don't know if y'all know, like the Battery in Atlanta, where they literally, like, they moved the Braves from playing in Oakland City down there, Mechanicsville, whoo-wee, like I can see why they moved. But either way, they moved to Cobb County, and then they built like a whole like small city around it. Restaurants, games, events, everything. It's literally built around the new Brave Stadium in Cobb County. It's like a literal mini city where they have everything you can pretty much ask for in a small setting. It's kind of like another Atlantic Station, but instead they have like a stadium in it. Sounds like that's what it looks like they're trying to do that here, where it's not just the stadium. The stadium is of course like the center focal point, but even outside of Sundays when we're not playing games, this is still a place that should be constantly busy and constantly making money for the city of DC and things like that, because it looks like you have places to stay. It looks like stores, resorts, all kinds of fancy stuff going on, little sitting outside places to eat and everything. So it sounds like it's going to be like an overall huge experience where it's not just about football, it's about everything around it. You can bring your entire family to the area. Maybe you're at the game, but maybe the rest of your family is outside playing on the lawn if they want to. Maybe you have like the ability to go in and out as much as you want, or they could be at the store next door. There's probably going to be a movie theater, some restaurants. You don't want to pay expensive NFL stadium prices. Well, how about you go eat at this restaurant right next door to the stadium, just a few minutes of a walk away, couple of seconds walk away, and then you come inside to the stadium so you can avoid paying those prices. That sounds like something I would do. But yeah, this looks like a soccer field right here. So they're showing they want everything. They want to be able to do the track. They want to be able to so football, soccer, track, so pretty much everything but basketball, because basketball stadiums are smaller, so that makes sense. It looks like they want to make sure they can. Oh, never mind, my fault. So they would just increase the seating and just make it into a basketball stadium as well. That's crazy how small a basketball court is in comparison to anything else. Here are the events. Here goes a crazy concert, and hey, there goes the Jumbotron. Y'all know, like I said, I wanted a Jumbotron. It doesn't look like they have it when it's the football field version, but this concert version has some sort of a Jumbotron situation right here. I hope that's always there. That would be nice if that's always present, so no matter where you are in the stadium, you can see scores and other games and things like that. This is really nice. It would be next to some water. That's crazy too. This is super futuristic. They have like a whole, I don't even know what this is, man, like a whole performance area with a screen, and then this fancy stuff on the side that look like casinos and resorts, hotels. They got a little bridge you can run. What is going? Yo, this is far beyond football right here. I wonder if Josh Harris. Wait, what movie was that? I wonder if Josh Harris really wants this. Wait, what movie was that? What movie was that? Hold on. I couldn't exactly tell. I thought I spotted the movie. Hey, nah, they're not playing, man. They even got like little waterfall areas and fountains and stuff like that. Spring. Oh nah, with the even in the winter they gonna have some stuff. You can ice skate. The Christmas tree. Oh, they are not playing, man. This is gonna be the who's who area right here, man. And even outside they have some more fields. So maybe they want them to also practice there, or if there's an NFL game but you want to have something else going at the same time, they have additional fields around. I already know traffic would be, oh my Lord, a nightmare, man. An absolute nightmare for something this amazing. Because again, even outside of sports, in any sporting event, this is going to be extremely crowded if this dream right here actually comes into fruition, man. This is crazy. Resurrecting the iconic site of the nation's capital with the world's largest timber stadium to reduce the massive carbon footprint of a steel structure of similar scale. Oh, interesting. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Healthy Planet initiatives as well. Okay. Over 2,000 housing units of diverse affordability to support the city housing needs with mixed use development to create a new district within the district. Okay, I like that. I like that. I'm loving it so far. That's a 5 out of 5 for me, man. Because that was my whole thing. You know, just to kind of, let me see if it's over. This is produced by a company named Kato. We of course don't hear the music, but animation, shouts out to @chain. I hope that's how you pronounce that. And just to replay the video while I'm giving some of my thoughts real quick, I'll just kind of let it play through. So yeah, like I was saying, my whole, literally the one problem I had with it being at RFK, because I would love it at RFK. It seems like most fans want it there. It would take us back to our roots when we win the Super Bowls. Maybe that would bring us some good luck, some good fortune, whatever. Literally my only problem is that I would love a situation like this where they build around the stadium and make it like a little mini city like we did with the Battery. Even though this looks like it far outpaces the Battery. Even though the Battery is really nice, Atlantic Station is pretty nice as well, I feel like this outpaces that. This just seems a little like to another level, seems even a little bit fancier. here. But my one problem with RFK is would they have the space to do something like this? I'm not exactly sure. Looking at these designs, let's just go back to the picture real quick. I mean, I guess there technically is space. I don't know where that water is exactly coming from and things like that. I guess maybe you can pull this off. You would have to, demolish a lot of other stuff around. I feel like that would affect a lot of people's lives negatively. But that's my one problem with the RFK site is, can you make something like this happen in that small amount of space? If you can somehow turn RFK into this, I feel like that should be, it probably wouldn't be the unanimous voted decision amongst Commanders fans, but I feel like that would skyrocket into obviously the number one answer right here, because that's my only problem. Because again, either way, I gotta fly to get to the game anyway from Atlanta, so it doesn't matter if it's Maryland, DC, or Virginia to me. That's what I've always said. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna let y'all vote on that. Like, if they had like a vote and then like the vote actually mattered to where it landed, I probably wouldn't vote, because I feel like I don't have the right as a non-DMV resident to cast my vote there. My only hope is that we could get something like this. I wanted an RFK, but the only problem was, can we make this happen at RFK? Looks like it will. So, hey man, I'm down for it. Let's do it, man. Hey, I like this. I'd be pulling up even when it's cold. You know what I'm saying? I don't really be outside too much when it's cold, but that looks like that's worth it, man. Again, this looks like the go-to spot even outside of sporting events, any concerts and stuff like that. This place will constantly be packed, booked, all of that. Probably be really expensive too, especially to stay in a building shaped like a shoe. Come on, man. You already know that's big money right there. But that's cool though. Now let's keep it pushing. And before we move on to the second half of this video, you already know, man, this show is provided by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. If you're looking for a new sportsbook, it should be BetUS for sure. First of all, they have the fastest payouts in the industry, and I know y'all want y'all money fast, because I know I do. And right now, BetUS is offering you a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on your next two deposits for up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. That's YOUTUB150. And they have a fast and easy deposit and withdrawal process, so it's really like, why not? Now let's dive into some bets that we can get into directly through their website. Now y'all know me, man, draft GOAT. Can't wait to get into this draft stuff. Now I could wait as long as we kept winning. We're going to a Super Bowl. I prefer that, but since we're here, the season is over. Y'all know I'm ready to jump in head first into the draft, free agency, all of that type of content. Y'all know I'm a GM at heart anyway. And so if you wanted to go directly to their website and take a look at 2024 NFL Draft first overall pick odds, if you would have, I don't know, I've been hearing some buzz about Abdul Carter lately. And so that's the reason I highlighted his name, even though we could talk about any of these guys really, but I chose to just highlight Abdul Carter for this specific moment. Hey man, edge rusher maybe first, especially after last year. I mean, maybe it's the pendulum swinging back the other way. Remember last year, we didn't have a defensive player drafted till like the 15th or 16th pick or something like that. And I believe that was an NFL record. Like, that's never happened before in NFL history. So maybe this time around, this draft will be far more defensive heavy. Even though I believe this tight end class is arguably one of the best we've ever seen. But outside of that, it seems like the defensive players are more so top notch. Because even like the quarterback class, I mean, I like Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders, and Jalen Milroe and everything like that, but I just don't feel like it's not going to be the same thing as the Jaden Daniels, and I'm saying his name first for a reason, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr. draft. I don't see it being that. So this does seem like it's going to be a more defensive draft. And so there is a chance that Abdul Carter maybe actually could go number one overall. And if you wanted to bet with those plus 200 odds, if you put down $100, you can win back $200 by the time the first overall pick is called in. If it's Abdul Carter, you can go ahead and take that 100 and turn it into 200. But y'all already know, man, I'm gonna always scream at y'all to please gamble responsibly. If you don't do nothing else, please make sure you do that. And again, right now, BetUS is offering you a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on your next two deposits for up to $2,000 with code YOUTUB150. And again, please make sure you gamble responsibly. Now, let's get to this uniform situation. So apparently, the Commanders are planning to make some small adjustments to their uniforms per Bram Weinstein. And I don't feel like he would just come out of nowhere and say that for absolutely no reason. The origin of all of this, the catalyst for this whole part of the video, was when @JDanielsMVP tweeted, apparently the Commanders will be tweaking their uniforms per Bram Weinstein's podcast. So apparently in Bram Weinstein's podcast, he mentioned that, hey, watch out. there may be some uniform tweaks here. Does that mean that there will be entirely new uniforms? Will we add like a fourth one? Because, you know, under NFL rules, I believe we have the chance to add like a fourth alternate uniform if we want to. Maybe we like add a new helmet, even if we don't change or add a fourth uniform. Maybe they add like a third helmet, because right now we currently play with two. Who knows? Maybe like a mostly white, maybe a mostly gold helmet. Who knows? But either way, for those of y'all that are questioning, there's no way that the Commanders can tweak their uniforms this quickly. Well, shouts out to NFL Fashion Advice at fashion_NFL on Twitter. He tweeted, regarding the Commanders and the 5-year uniform redesign rule, club ownership changes a listed example of extenuating circumstances as determined by the commissioner to allow for earlier redesign. Doesn't mean anything will happen, but it makes a pre-2027 change possible. So who knows, man? And Bram Weinstein, I don't think he's just saying that out of nowhere for no reason right now. This isn't even necessarily like a dead period for the Washington Commanders where there's nothing to talk about. There's things to talk about left and right. We're already getting to the draft stuff. We have the Senior Bowl. So I don't feel like this was just a way to like kind of, you know, just say something to catch the eye of the people and, you know, draw some clicks, you know, at a dead period in the off season. I think the off season just started. I feel like I have so many video ideas to talk about. So I'm pretty confident that he's not doing that just to get some attention, man. And so, hey, watch out. Commanders uniforms. You know, again, this design did come out under Dan Snyder. Maybe they want to tweak it just a little bit. They said tweak, though. You know, we could dive into maybe entirely new uniforms, but they just said tweak. And shouts out to my boy Oblong over there on Twitter, because immediately after hearing the news, he tweeted this picture, and I don't know if he's dead serious or if he's trolling people, but just to let you know, this will not come back. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all that right now. Do not get your hopes up, but I thought it was interesting. This is my first time, I think, ever seeing Jaden Daniels in an edit to where they had like the old Redskin stuff on them. I think this is my first time ever seeing that. And if they tweak the uniforms, they're not gonna go full-blown tweak to the point that they go back to the old brand or something like that. Shouts out to @JDanielsMVP, which again was the catalyst for this entire half of the video. He also tweeted, also, the name is not changing anytime soon. It's not on the priority list for Josh Harris and the organization, so the name Commanders won't be going away anytime soon, per the podcast as well. So Bram Weinstein also said that, you know, he's as close to the organization as you can get. You know, he's the official commentator for our games for the Commanders. Like, he's pretty much as close as you can get. And if he's saying that they're probably going to end up tweaking some uniforms, and the fact that, hey, stop worrying about a name change, probably sounds like you should believe him and just go ahead and keep it pushing, man. But I only showed y'all this because I thought it was interesting. I've never seen Jaden Daniels edited into like any sort of like Redskins uniform or helmet or anything like that. So I thought that was still pretty cool to look at. But just go ahead and know that this is never going to happen. But even at We Won Dallas tweeted, lots of smoke around the Commanders uniform change. Stay tuned. Who knows? It could probably end up being a bigger tweak than what we expect. Again, maybe it's a tweak, maybe it's an entirely new fourth uniform. But I mean, if you had to ask me my vote, like especially if we wanted to show any love to the past, I mean, Josh Harris and company already said that they will make sure they do not forget about the past, and maybe it won't be in like full-blown uniform form, but like as far as selling merch and things like that, they will shout out the past with things like this. Who knows? Maybe they go ahead and say, you know what? Let's go ahead and actually add another uniform. If we did, and especially if we wanted to do like a blast from the past type of thing, my vote would be something like this if I had to choose a vote. Now, if they just want to go an entirely different direction and come up with a completely new fourth uniform concept, that's pretty cool as well. But if we wanted to show any love to the past, like honor what we've done, especially when we win the Super Bowls, this would be my pick. These are like my favorite old school burgundy and gold uniforms right here. And I don't feel like the arrow is as controversial because you still have like the Chiefs, you still have all of these other teams out there, the Braves and things like that. So who knows? But I'm pretty sure with everything that we went through, Josh Harris and company don't want anything to deal with any sort of unnecessary drama that they would attach themselves to. Like they do it, it doesn't come to them. They go to the drama. I highly doubt we dive into something like this, but if you wanted to know my vote, if we were to do something to honor the past, I want something like that. And shouts out to Darryl Green for rocking it and balling out in that uniform as well, man. I think it brings back good memories, but also I just think it's like the perfect shade of burgundy and gold. I like the burgundy and gold that we have right now, but I feel like this darker, deeper burgundy right here with that, like, you know, darker gold as well, I feel like those are the perfect shades of the burgundy and gold to kind of separate ourselves a little bit more from like the 49ers and the Chiefs and things like that. I prefer it this dark in series, but that's just me. But that's the end of this video, man. Please make sure you stiff on that like button, stiff on the subscription button, and stiff on the bell next to that subscription button so you get notification each and every time I release an informative and opinionated video just like this one. And of course, please let me know in the comment section how you feel about the pictures of a potential new Commander Stadium. How did you feel about that video of the potential Commander Stadium at the RFK site? Let me know how you feel about all of that, and also let me know how you feel about this whole uniform situation. And again, please, I'm trying to make sure y'all realize that we are not going back to the old brand name or none of that stuff like that. From everybody that's close to the organization, they have said, don't even worry about it. We're not going back. And even if we did, it wouldn't happen anytime soon. So just go ahead. I'm just giving y'all that warning. I don't really care either way, honestly, but just to give y'all that heads up, don't expect that type of change. It's probably going to be something new. And even if it is a blast to the past, like I said, if it's going to be anything, I would prefer it to be this if they do. But again, I highly doubt it. So let me know again how y'all feel about all of that. Make sure you do not leave this video without stiff arming that like button. Really appreciate y'all. And again, be on the lookout because I may come out with another video late tonight / early morning tomorrow, like 3 a.m. or something like that. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't have that bell next to the subscription button clicked in, make sure you do that now so you get notified as soon as I come out with these random videos. Because again, I'm trying to do 2-3 videos a day. I told y'all I'm not playing with y'all. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, remember that this video is sponsored by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. And please make sure if you don't do nothing else, please make sure you gamble responsibly. I really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I'm out.